Well, good morning. Welcome to another video by Antiquesarena. I've been out buying the auctions. I placed a couple of book bids and I've won 2 auction lots which I'm going to merge into one for you to take a look at. Now you're going to get to see how this job really works. I bought 2 auction lots, paid £140 for the pair with commission for 2 or 3 pieces. The rest of it I'm going to out back at the car boot sale or somewhere just to try and make some of my money back. So yeah, it'd be a bit of an eye-opener for you to actually see exactly how it works. You know, when you want something in an auction lot and you've got to pay over the odds just to get that one item. But some of this nice, so I'm going to show you it all, and then obviously you'll get to see the few pieces that I actually wanted out of the lots. So hope you enjoy. Okay, so got an old stoneware bottle. Means nothing to me. This is quite nice. Weighs a ton. And I will actually do something with this. This is cast brass, quite heavy, with proper crystal droppers. It's absolutely beautiful, to be honest with you. And it doesn't look on the surface to be missing any droppers at all. All the branches seem to be in good condition. So this is one that I'll probably keep, well not keep, you know, but sell here at the shop myself, or clean it up and put it online. So that's quite a nice example. And to be honest with you, I think that once it's all cleaned up and looking beautiful, you know, could pull probably most of my money back, because it does seem to be in good condition. You know, and they mixed it in with stuff like this. You know, this is a spray gun for somebody who sprays cars. You know, as far as I'm concerned, that's scrap aluminium. That's exactly where it'd go with me. A little porcelain jug, couple of hairlines, so it's going straight in recycling. If you can recycle it, I don't know if you can. This has got some age. So we got probably a 1940s or 50s brass light fitting. But what I like about it, it's got Bakelite fittings. This is Bakelite. Well, Bakelite or celluloid, but I presume Bakelite. It's got quite a nice shape to it. So again, that's another light fitting that'll go in the shop here. I actually didn't realise the light fittings were in there. Why I bought it was for a pair of candelabras, which I'll show you in just a moment. I've had a nice pair of brass lamps. They are nice. They're not converted candlesticks. They were originally lamps, made as lamps, so they can be sold. They are quite nice actually, and they weigh a fair bit, so you know, and they got a nice look to them. But they're going to need rewiring, but they'll go out in the shop. They're not good enough for online, but they're good enough for the shop. These are what I wanted for online, which is a pair of early 20th century brass candelabra. These are beautiful. I'll chuck this one down, I'll give you a proper look. So really, really nice. They got a bit of age, you can see on the underneath. They've been gilded underneath. So they could be late Victorian, but more likely early 20th century. Good weight to them, just a beautiful look. They're in good condition, you know, a couple of little dents to the sconces and things like that, but a really nice pair. This is what I bought the lot for, was this pair of candelabra. They're very, very attractive, and I won't be doing much to them, just give them a little wipe over and sell them as they are. That was my main goal for this auction lot. However, this is quite nice too, and this is another internet piece, I think. So we got a 1930s Trivet with racehorses. So you have 2 jockeys on the horses in a race. It's brass. How do I know it's 1930s? Because it has a registration number of 722204, which dates that to around the 1930s. It also has a maker's mark on the back, which if you can't see now, I'll get a photograph for you. I'll splice in a photograph of the marks. But I've recognised that mark, so we'll get the maker to that. No problem at all, and that's quite nice. That's definitely an internet piece because of the horse racing. So this is actually a really good box. I got loads of bits of brass, you know, spoons and coat hooks and things. You know, it'll just either go back out on the boot sale, 50p a piece, or it's going to go in my brass scrap. But so far this box is pretty good. Okay, so let's move on to the next box. Unboxing auction lots, what can I say? Happy days. Well, that is a shade of an oil lamp in Opeline glass. It's got a couple of little nibbles around the edge, so I'll probably out that at the car boot sale for £1 or £2. But if somebody needs one, that's going to be perfect. Then we have, well that's okay, a 1930s black glass base. So you'd have a vase or a bowl sat on this. It's a stepped base, and if you need one of these to complete your set, you know, I get 5 or 10 quid for them. It's not fortunes, but they do sell. Such a random mixture of stuff. I have an electric staple gun. I don't know if it works. I'm scared to try it, but I would imagine they're a few quid if you was to buy something like that. So I'll probably test it, just not on video in case I die. And that'll be out at the car boot sale. As will a little coat rack. Actually, I can see me taking that home and using that in the garage or something. Some nothing picture frames. This box has got a lot of car boot sale stuff in it. That's quite an elegant little picture frame, but it's not old. From Boots, so it's a few year old. It's just a pretty little picture frame. To be honest with you, the picture frames I'll probably just chuck in a box somewhere and do a couple of quid each. This one will probably go out for £5 or £10 actually. It's wood. Yeah, the label will come off the back, and I'll just out that as a pretty little oval picture frame actually. That's quite nice. I've got 2 of those. Yeah, they were alright. I like them picture frames. Then we have an attempt at a wall sampler. That looks to be like a unicorn to me, and maybe a queen or something like that in front of a mirror. I don't know, maybe a fairy tale, I don't know. Don't rate it, so it's going to a car boot sale. We have another stoneware bottle, W, Berry, Manchester and London. Again, car boot sale, £1. That's quite nice. Unfortunately been damaged. Got a nice early fishing reel. Brass and bronze mounts, some wood, carved wood. However, it's been broke at the back there, so again, car boot sale for me. I'm not messing with it. And we have an old rolling pin. That's a Pyrex. That could have a bit of value. I'll have to look that up. Most of the time we found these full of sand souvenir pieces, and they'd have patterns in the sand, different colour sands. But being the fact it's a Pyrex, and it's wrote on the end here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's how I know it's Pyrex. So that's one to check out. I got myself a little base for an oil lamp. Again, car boot sale, £3 or £4. It's cast iron. Unfortunately, if it was brass, it'd be straight in my melting pot. But it's got a registration number on the base. It's just rusted up, so I'd have to clean it and read it. But it's not worth much, £3 or £4. This might be okay. we have a presentation dinner gong. So go like so, that would hang. I don't know if that's the right gong for this because it's too big. So it's definitely not the right gong. But the horseshoe is quite nice. So it's a presentation horseshoe dinner gong for the Rotary Club of Abergavenny in 1960. I might be able to sell that on his own, or I might be able to find a smaller version of this brass and get a hammer for it. I don't know yet, but probably go car boot sale, to be honest with you, and that's going to end up in my scrap box. Got a couple of lamps. These are metal, tin. There's two of them. They're quite pretty though, unusual. I like lighting, so they'll probably go in the shop here. Need rewiring, but pretty pair of lamps. And then we have this big lamp here, which is almost a water fountain feature. 1997 dated on the back. So the bowl and everything's resin. And then you have the lamp. Car boot sale for that one. I don't rate that at all. Don't like it. Don't want it. So, put the car boot sale stuff back in here. This can all go to car boot. Okay, so we still got quite a bit to look at. So, next piece we got is heavy brass or even bronze. It's got some good age, some serious weight. Now, I'm not sure, I think this might be for like a spit roast or something along them lines. Or maybe a butcher's hook. So that would bracket onto something, and then obviously you got the hook for hanging something. It's got good age. I'd say this is Victorian. Weighs a ton. Can't see a maker's mark on there at all. I'm going to do a bit of research on that, but that has got some good potential. So that's a definite keeper. And a really nice 19th century arts and crafts copper planter. Can't see no maker's mark on there, but it's a really nice example, nice shape. So quite like that. Tell you what, I'm going to get some light on the subject. Okay, so hopefully now you can see what we got. Quite a nice little thing. Pity I haven't got a name on there. Handmade out of copper. It's just a nice bit of old copperware. Little planter, maybe put on your window, put a little bit of herbs or something in there, a bit of mint, bit of cress, anything. You know, that's nice. I like that. That's staying in the shop. We have a pair of brass Dolphins. Okay, not normally my sort of thing, but there you go. They're okay. They're not going to pull fortunes, but they're okay. We have a nice cod bottle, South Wales aerated water, Cardiff. So we've got a nice little cod bottle. The ones you're after are the blue cod bottles. You get them in blue, you're in big money. I have got a nice little brass coal scuttle, but it is full of door furniture. If I give you a little example, there's a doorknob. Now I actually quite like this stuff. There's quite a bit of it in here. This is quite spectacular. Little door knocker, look at that. Really, really nice early example. Beautiful, you know, design to it. So that's a keeper. There's a matching letterbox, and do you know the best part? I can even date it. comes with a Victorian lozenge mark just by there, so I can get the day, the month and the year for both of these because they're the same pattern, and I'll sell them as a set. I've got the door handles, the letterbox and the door knocker all for the same set, which can all be dated using that lozenge mark. So they're mid 19th century, beautiful quality. Okay, there's quite a bit of it in there. This is quite cool. Just found this now whilst digging through it, and we have probably a 1930s expanding toasting fork. Yeah, 1930s. It's got the registration number of 765. I can't read it all, but 700,000s. So it's 1930s. We have a picture of, not sure what ship it is. It's one of the famous galleons, but it's quite cool. You know, expanding toasting fork. That's actually going to be really collectible and probably sought after. Toasting forks are okay, but an expanding one, haha, love it. Like that. You know, it's just loads of this stuff. Basically, it's full of door furniture, the whole box. And what we got there? We have Market Cross of Cheddar. Little shoehorn to put your shoes on. You know, little collectibles like that. I don't mind dotting around the shop and just putting like fivers on, things like that. What I wanted out of this lot mainly was the door furniture. Absolutely loved it. And I've got some, you know, some more brass vases and things. You know, nothing special. It's going to end up a car boot sale for me, a couple of £1 a piece. Somebody will ask probably 15 or 20 quid for them on eBay. But for me, they're a couple of £1 a piece, £2 or £3 for the pair. And then we have a wall light. Quite an early lacquered brass wall light. Look at them electrics. It's probably 1940s or 50s. I wonder if that shade I had earlier would fit on that. If it will, it'd make a nice light. It's about the right diameter. So if I can take that shade from earlier and put it on this, then I can make that into a something lamp for the boot sale. Next we had this. Now I don't know what to do with this, whether to put it in the bin or in the recycling, whatever, or sell it for restoration. We have an antique violin case, and this is an early one. All made of wood, but it is seen better days. You know, it's bits hanging off here, it's got a split up the center, it's got a little piece missing here, nice leather handle, and the clips now are nice. So I'll probably chuck it down the boot sale and just see if somebody wants it, you know, for a fiver or something, and let them restore it and put a real nice violin back in it. You know, you could probably spend £200–300 restoring this, if not more, in my opinion. But if you've got a period violin that you want to put in a period box, and you can't get a box, maybe you can. I don't know, I haven't looked up violin cases, but somebody might want it. I don't, but someone may. Okay, I got a couple of boxes I'm going to take the camera over to film that in a minute. But this is the final piece in that box. So we have an old clock movement with brass front. Sorry about that, guys, a lady come in. So we have, it's in a hell of a mess, but it's going to be for spares or repairs. Somebody might give me a fiver for it, just for the parts. That'll go down to the car boot sale. Then we have this. It's all same part of the same two auction lots. We've got a lot of corgi and dinky toys. Yeah. Just a nice little selection, dinky corgis. And we had a selection of lead soldiers. Now, I haven't decided what to do with these yet, because I've been considering doing an auction on my channel on well, possibly a Sunday night or something like that. So, I'm either going to chuck them at the car boot sale, or I'm going to start doing auction lots online where I don't have a reserve or nothing, it'll all go for wherever it sells. But that's a quite nice little lot. I haven't decided what to do with it. And the final lot is this. Now, if you're into decanters, look at all them. I'm not going to go through them, but you got 19th century ones, 20th century. I don't know if there's any early ones yet, but they'll all need to be washed and cleaned. Even if you said £1 a stopper, you know, there's got to be 50 or 60 stoppers in there. Okay, so those two auction lots combined, they were both miscellaneous, and when they come from the auction, they were just chucked in the car, so I couldn't try and separate them back out. But £140 or close to $200 for everything. And to be honest with you, I think my Candelabras are going to pawn me that back. I absolutely love them. They're decorative, they're stylish, and they're a pair. But there were some really nice pieces. The couple of brass lights, I really do like those. I love that horse racing Trivet. There's a couple of nice bits. And as I've said, I am considering running some auctions on my YouTube channel and selling off some of the collectibles like the lead soldiers and the dinky and corky cars and things that I don't really deal in. Might be more fun than chucking them back in the auction. So that's something I'm considering at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you've enjoyed having a look at the auction lot. I've still got loads more things to film, and we've got the weekend coming for more buy-ins, so fingers crossed for another busy week. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.